Hello, everyone. Today is a great day. My name is Benita, and welcome to the premiere episode of Sips and Smokes in the A. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Just to give you a little bit about myself, I've been married for 33 years to a young man that I met when I was 13 and he was 12. We have three beautiful, hilarious, educated, respectfully sarcastic daughters who are hilarious to be around. Being around them and being around my husband is hilarious. I work full time, and I also have a dog treat business, Begging Baxter's Doggy Treats on Etsy, and as well as I run a household. So life is very busy. I have my fingers in a lot of different things, and life is just busy. So when we get to relax, the husband and I like to smoke a cigar, have a nice drink, and just sit back and talk about stuff that's going on in the world, talk about stuff that's going on in Atlanta, just talk about a little bit of everything. So that's how we like to relax. So I decided to do a podcast because I don't see a lot of women in my space, that the cigar space, women my age. They may be out there, and I'm sure that they are, but I don't see a lot of them. And we've been smoking cigars and having cocktails outside on the deck for a minute. I actually had a Facebook memory come up from like 7 or 8 years ago when we were outside having something to eat and something to drink. So we've been doing it for a minute. If you follow my personal socials, my Facebook, my Instagram, my TikTok, you're aware when my husband and I are outside smoking. I'll post videos, I'll post little clips, the music that we're listening to, what we're vibing to. And I started hashtagging it Sips and Smokes in the A because I don't know, that just seemed appropriate. When we go out, inevitably there's going to be a group of men who decide that they're going to go and smoke some cigars. And, my husband has never been hey, I'm going to go over here with the fellas and left me by myself or left me with whoever was there. He's always been very inclusive. Hey, we're going to go smoke. You want to come with us, or you want me to stay over here and we smoke? And we just, sometimes we go with the crowd. Sometimes we just stay by ourselves. It just depends on what type of vibe that we're on. And when we're out smoking, I've had women come up to me, hey, are you actually smoking a cigar? Are you inhaling? You're not choking? And it's like, I don't want to say they're fascinated, but it's like, it's not clicking in their heads that, this lady's smoking and women are really smoking cigars. And I know that there are a lot of women out there that probably smoke cigars. There are a lot of women that go to cigar bars. I'm finding out about different cigar bars and different cigar lounges literally every day. I was at the grocery store earlier today, and the cashier was asking me about the stuff that I was buying. She was like, oh, you're having a party? And I was like, no. I said, I'm going to launch a podcast about smoking cigars for ladies that look like me, pretty much. And she told me about two places I had never even heard of. So I'm going to look into those places. But, I think there's a cigar culture out there that a lot of people might not know about, might be intimidated by it. And I think there are a lot of ladies, and actually I've had a lot of ladies reach out to me once I started putting out there that I'm going to do this podcast, who have asked me about cigars and who are interested in getting more information. So I'm not a cigar expert, not by any means, but what I am is a woman who enjoys a good cocktail, a good cigar, in a space where there is no judgment and great conversations. This podcast is for people who appreciate good company, good conversation, and good flavor, whether it's in your glass or a cigar. We're probably going to sprinkle in some lifestyle stuff and some entertainment info because there's plenty going on out there. You may have noticed the decorations. Not only is it the premiere podcast of Sips and Smokes in the A, but it's also my 59th birthday. And I decided that this podcast was going to be my birthday gift to myself. I always give myself a gift. And I started thinking about doing this podcast a few years ago. Well, not a few years ago, a few months ago. And it's just kind of been in the back of my head. And so probably in January, I really started thinking about it real hard. I was like, you know what? My birthday is coming up in March. Why not go ahead and launch a podcast? So I talked to my family, talked to my friends, and got some really good feedback from people about doing the podcast. Now, we're not going to light up a cigar today. Since this is the premiere episode, I wanted to keep it a little bit shorter. And it's kind of windy outside, and there's a whole pollen thing going on. So we're not going to light up today. But my cocktail of the day is a very nice glass of champagne that we'll be enjoying in just a little bit. And yeah, so this is kind of the vibe that I'm going to get into. I know I have signed up on some social media sites. If you have questions or if you wanted to reach out to me, the email is sipsandsmokes@yahoo.com. My Instagram is sipsandsmokes.n.the.a, and my TikTok is at Sips&Smokes. So I have set up some social media sites. This is all still kind of new to me. I'm still kind of working my way through it. But the podcast will be about cigars. It's going to be about cocktails. We're going to sprinkle in a little bit of entertainment. We're going to sprinkle in a little bit of lifestyle. And we're just going to have conversations about it. You may have questions. You may be nervous. You may be embarrassed and may want to ask questions about cigars. Eventually, I'll probably have calls come in. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid. I'm nervous about doing this. When I say I'm totally stepping outside my comfort zone doing this podcast, I don't like the way I sound on tape. And the fact that I'm putting myself out there makes me incredibly nervous. But you know what? I like to try different things. I don't like to stay standing in one place. My family will tell you I like to put my hands in a little bit of everything. So, so we're going to talk about cigars. We're going to talk about cocktails. We're going to talk about a little bit of lifestyle stuff, some entertainment stuff, because as we all know, there is a lot going on in the world these days. And this episode is going to be a little bit shorter just because it's the premiere episode, just because we aren't able to be outside. I just kind of wanted to come in, introduce myself, and let you know how we're going to vibe on the podcast. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to probably do an episode a week and eventually have guests, have giveaways. It's springtime. It's hot outside. There are going to be pool parties. There's going to be white parties. There's going to be festivals. People are going to be out here enjoying themselves. So we'll do some giveaways, like maybe some mobile humidors, so that way you can carry your sticks around with you. And we're going to do a little bit of everything. I probably have 50 or 60 ideas that I want to try out. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited. I'm nervous, but I'm very excited. And thank you so much for joining me today and for watching the podcast. I would love to get some feedback. If there's something in particular that you want to know, or if there's something in particular that you think we should discuss on the podcast, please let me know. Email sipsandsmokes@yahoo.com. But before I sign off, I do have some people that I want to acknowledge. First and foremost, my family. I do a lot of different things, and my family has always been my biggest boosters, my biggest supporters. If they think that something is not a good idea, they'll be like, well, mommy, what do you think about this? Or if they think that it's something that is not going to work, they'll kind of look at each other, give each other the side eye. But if it's something that they think will work or something that they might have an idea about, they are always good to give me great information, great feedback. A lot of the things that I do comes from what they've said to me. So to my family, thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. My production team, we have J-Dub and Tommy. They are my production team who has helped me set up everything. Thank you guys. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are very sweet to come over here and help me do this. And to my friends who have been very encouraging, who have told me to go for mine, gave me the queen talk and all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so very much. Um, if anybody out there has a dog, Big and Baxter's Doggy Treats. I'm sorry, Big and Baxter's Treats on Etsy. I'll be baking today. So yeah, they'll be shipping out on Monday. And last but not least, I want to shout out 550 Strong, where I got this beautiful, beautiful button. He is on Etsy. Great customer service. Shipping was wonderful. I got it very quickly, so I wanted to shout him out as well. And last but not least, I want to encourage you to enjoy life, love life, and make sure you put some smoke in the air. I'll see y'all next episode.